Good morning or afternoon or evening, folks. I'm Don. This is Rockin' the Country. I'm doing a gift request. Jacob Herricks, DJ Jacob, Aaron Watson's song, Strong Arm of the Law. I don't know this. This is definitely going to have some kind of Texas. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I do non-pop country reactions, and that include, like, there's a lot of traditional on the channel, but there's also Western, there's some Cajun, there's definitely bluegrass, outlaw country, of course, and Texas country. And so that's sort of like a broad umbrella in its own right. But Aaron Watson's Strong Arm of the Law, not long arm of the law, strong arm. Oh, there you go. That tells you what's coming. Thank you, Jacob, by the way, for the gift.
Mother begged him to be a cattleman, but he chose to wear the star his daddy wore. God blessed him with a sharp eye and a quick hand, quicker than the man who shot his daddy to the floor.
Oh, here we go. It's the Princess Bride.
Still she prayed and she pleaded, but ranch work like the vengeance he needed. Well, he was cursed on his daddy's dying day when a shot to the back laid him 6 feet in his grave. And he wears a star on his vest, the only thing between a bullet and the heart in his chest. He'll be a ranger till he takes his last draw, 'cause he was born with the strong arm of the law. He wore a Colt 45 on his hip, one knot short on the ivory grip,
One knot.
searching for the outlaw that broke his mama's heart, riding through the Badlands from daylight to dark.
All right, on a 45, what is, well, on any gun anyway, what does that notch symbolize? That notch, does that mean he's already killed, like he's already shot someone?
In a dirty backwater border town, where the outlaw thought he could not be found, he looked like he'd seen a ghost when he saw the ranger's face, a legacy to the lawman he sent to his resting place. And he wears a star on his vest, the only thing between a bullet and the heart in his chest. He'll be a ranger till he takes his last draw, 'cause he was born with the strong arm of the law. The outlaw had no place to run, so he turned to the trigger on his gun. As the smoke cleared and blood stained the dusty street, the outlaw lay dying at the ranger's feet.
All right, so is the sheriff now going to go back to being a cattleman, or is he going to stay a sheriff now that he took care of his business? I like this here.
He sat in the saddle and he shook his head. His gun still hot, his father still dead. As the sun set on the day he waited so long for, he saw justice belongs to the law, but vengeance is the Lord's. And he wears a star on his vest, the only thing between a bullet and the heart in his chest. He'll be a ranger till he takes his last draw. He was born with the strong arm of the law.
Yeah, I mean, of course, who doesn't think of Marty Robbins when you hear songs like this? But yeah, there were some not divergent thoughts. Like when he brought in vengeance is mine, said the Lord, or the Lord is vengeance. Yeah, that's fascinating. And whenever they bring up the Badlands, I don't know if they're talking about like the Badlands of South Dakota. I think they're Badlands in New Mexico and such. But in one sense, it doesn't matter. He found the guy, killed him, avenged his father's death. And that was it. In this one, it's a simple story. I thought it was going to be developed in a different way, like more complex in a way, but it was kept simple. This had a lot of the components of a really good song. And I like when artists sort of venture outside. Like, I don't know, I haven't listened to all of Aaron's songs, but songs like this, I can't imagine are easy to pull off. Because if you're more of like Texas, but then you bring in and you go Western, that's a whole different genre. That's a whole different league. It's a whole different, it's not better or worse. It's just different. And you got to get a producer familiar with it. And then you got to have a story to tell, obviously. And I just love the experience of going through this, because even in a song like this, you could picture. It wasn't quite as visual as like a Marty Robbins song, but Marty's like probably the elite storyteller when it comes to gunfighter ballads, right? His own album. But I love being taken into sort of like that world, because this was a very real world. And the sheriff, I mean, he's there. You got to protect the town. But this sheriff was going hunting, plain and simple. This dude shot my father. I'm going to go find this guy. And he did. Took care of business. We didn't get his thoughts or feelings about it, other than the fact that he avenged his father's death. And the Lord, the vengeance is his, however you want to interpret that. So, all right, what am I going to rate this one, Jacob? The number that struck me was an 8.4. There's so much potential in this. I thought lyrically, storytelling could have been more, say, picturesque and a little bit more detailed, and it wouldn't have harmed the song at all. I think it would have pushed it along. But it's a journey. I mean, you're going on the journey with the guy, and the character in this who's avenging his father's death. And you're rooting for him. You're like, oh, catch the guy. He shot him in the back, I think twice it said. Can't imagine that day for the guy, but there it is. Okay, folks, you can thank DJ Jacob Herricks for that one, and we'll go from there. Have a great day. See you on another video. Keep rocking the country and listening.